I've been playing trading card games pretty much my whole life, starting off with Yu-Gi-Oh!, dabbling a bit in Magic, played a bit of Pokemon, loved Wise, till I hated it, and I ended up getting a free Vanguard deck to play for like 4 locals until I ended up dropping the game. Yeah, sorry about that one, might be. But the one TCG that I've fallen in love the fastest and have been actively playing since 2021 has been Digimon. Welcome one, welcome all, it's NK Surge, and after trying to organize my massive collection of cards, I realized I had about a total of 12 decks, playable decks. I don't have a problem, you have the problem! And well, I had always wanted to make a sort of introduction video to the Digimon TCG, but I never really wanted it to be a, like, here's how you play the card game video. Because I genuinely want to be a bit more creative and give you guys, the viewers, an experience that would have you all watching different playstyles, different decks, and thinking, yeah, you know what? If I were to get to this game, I think a deck like that one's what I would like to play. And with my 12 decks, I realized I could do it. I am missing some different playstyles, such as Save, Alliance, or Jogress, or, well, DNA Digivolution. I will try my best to use the English. Regardless of the missing playstyles, there is at least one of each colored deck in this little video introduction thing that we're doing here. Just like in Magic, where colors are pretty much, you know, a different playstyle, Digimon also works in that same manner of having different colors, and each color excels at the playstyle that it is doing. Red, blue, green, purple, yellow, and black are your main colors. A 7th color does exist, but this is more like a splashable color that can go into any deck that can use it. For example, we have this Omegamon, who could be splashed into any red-centric or blue-centric deck in order to pretty much end games. And as you can see on this Omegamon, the color is white. White?! And you can't really make a full white deck. There is some decks like Eosmon or Mother Reaper that are white-centric, the majority of the deck being white. But for Eosmon, most decks that I see are either running a black core in it or a green core in it. It just kind of depends on which playstyle you want for this big thingy. Or for Mother Reaper, the Evangelion for kids. But for Mother Reaper, it is genuinely like a 99% or even 100% colored deck. It just really depends on how you play it, because I have seen some deck lists that play it with a bit of yellow splashed in there. As I said earlier, there is at least one of every color, but there is only 6 colors, so some of these colors will be repeating with my decks. And even though those decks might still be the same color, they still play pretty differently. So let's use 2 of my black decks as an example for what I'm talking about. Now, black can mostly be a stall-centric kind of playstyle, with having mostly blockers, which these save you from being attacked, or de-digivolving your opponent's card, pretty much taking the top stack of the card off it. But both of these decks don't really play like that. First off, we have Dark Knightmon. Dark Knightmon uses the mechanic of crossing to hard play level 5s onto the field at a reduced cost. It's the main centric of the deck, and it does have a lot of blockers and de-digivolving, so it has both things black. How's it going, everyone? NK Search here. Real quick, and by real quick, I mean I am now part of the new intro. As previous me just finished explaining, pretty much what black does. Now, real quick, in order to get some stuff situated, the reason I'm here is because this dumbass accidentally deleted the original intro. He took a bit too long to recover it, and now it froze at that moment mark. Now that we got that out of the way, I'm also not going to be explaining the decks anymore. I'm going to let you guys actually watch the decks. I don't think I got a chance to finish explaining them. I think you guys got to see just Digimon and like a couple of hints at some of the decks. So I'll go by them in name right now. For now, let me go ahead and finish explaining at least what each color does before explaining, before showing off the decks. Since black was pretty much what was explained first, and thanks to Digimon pretty much explaining everything that black does, I'm going to go in reverse order of how I organize colors, and jumping straight into yellow. Yellow works a lot with security. You're either going to be recovering your health via recovering security, or you're going to be searching through your security, grabbing different cards from there. The other thing yellow excels at is at reducing your DP. DP stands for damage points, I think. I may be wrong. Point is, DP is what your battle calcs are going to be based off. And yellow can reduce that to 0, and if a Digimon's DP is reduced to 0, they are no longer in field, they are destroyed. The next color would end up being purple, and purple works a lot with your trash. The trash is either your graveyard, your discard pile, whatever you want to call it, from whatever card game you come from. That is what that area is called. It's trash. I think I heard somewhere somebody say it was they could have called it recycling bin. I don't know if it actually is called recycling bin. I'm pretty sure it's just trash.
Purple.
A lot from there. Either grabbing cards to hand from your trash, playing low-level purple cards from your trash, or just simply milling your deck out. Milling stands for trashing cards from your, directly from your deck. Like, I activate this effect, it lets me trash the top cards of the deck, you just mill those out. From purple, we would head to green. Green excels at suspending Digimon. Whether it's your own or it's your opponent's Digimon, green does a lot of suspending. It also deals a lot with piercing, which that just implies that if a battle between two Digimon goes through and the victor of the battle has piercing, not only will you get to destroy that your opponent's Digimon, you will also get to check the security. Now, if your Digimon dies in the security check, it still dies, but that's how piercing works, as long as you live the first beginning fight and destroy your opponent's Digimon. Then we go to blue. Blue is honestly pretty simple. It's either a control deck where you're getting rid of the Digivolution sources of your Digimon, bouncing them back to hand, and pretty much not letting your opponent keep shit on field, or it's an OTK deck where you're focusing on unsuspending your Digimon after attacking, so you can just keep attacking. Most best blue decks do both really well. And finally we have red. Red is your big beef stick. It's your, I'm gonna hit you hard, and I'm probably gonna kill you. Like, red can OTK, and red can hit hard. Raid also has this mechanic called Raid. Some other colors have been getting it, but red was where it started, and it's what red really does best, which this lets you change your attack target. So let's say you attack your opponent's security, you can then activate Raid and switch your attack target from your opponent's security to your opponent's highest DP unsuspended Digimon. Now that you have a basic understanding of the colors, let me go ahead and give you a quick rundown of the game. Starting off the game, you and your opponent will decide who goes first by means of rock, paper, scissors, die throw, coin toss, die roll, whichever one you want. Point is, whoever wins die roll, coin toss, rock, paper, scissors ends up going first. The winner doesn't get to decide, the winner goes first. I personally prefer doing a die roll. Going first, you do not get to draw on your first turn, very much like Yu-Gi-Oh! Back here. But going second, you do get that draw. Before your main phase, just like Yu-Gi-Oh! Having a standby phase, you have a breeding phase. This lets you hatch an egg from your egg deck. You have a secondary deck that is up to 5 cards in the deck, but you still have to only use 4 of the same card. After the breeding phase, you go to your main phase, and that's when you can go ahead and do whatever play you need, as in either playing a Tamer, which ends up being a support card for your deck, either giving you more memory. Memory will be like your mana system. The more memory you have, the more stuff you can do. Or you can play an option card if you have the color requirements, or you can play a Digimon. Some Digimons have on-play effects, and that's why you would want to hard play them instead of de-digivolving, most of those being the level 3s. Going first, you start off at 0 memory, so depending on what play you do, which is either digivolving in your breeding area, on hard playing a Digimon, playing a Tamer, whatever, it's most likely going to leave you pass over your turn. Your turn passes the moment the memory gauge goes from 0 to your opponent's side. Of course, all of your effects end up resolving before the turn actually switches over to your opponent. Passing it over to your opponent, they draw for turn, breeding phase, hatch, do the same thing. That's honestly pretty much it for like the basic understanding and basic rules of the game. You'll see a lot of stuff that you can do later on through the video. The only other phase that I would need to go over is the unsuspend phase. This happens before your draw phase, like as soon as your opponent's effects are over and it's fully your turn now. First thing you want to do is take any Digimon that you have in the suspended. Take any Digimon that you have that is in the suspended position, which is like this, just pretty much Yu-Gi-Oh's defense mode, or just sideways. That was way easier explanation. And you just tap them. You grab any suspended Digimon and you put them back as unsuspended. That's what that phase is, and then you go ahead and do your draw phase, breeding phase, all the shenanigans. For a breeding phase, if you let's say you just hatched a baby and you just Digivolved on top of that baby, you cannot pull it out unless you have a Tamer or an option card. I don't know if there's any option cards, but for example, unless you have a Tamer or an option card that lets you move that baby out. Before getting into the decks, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. This video started getting made at the end of last year, and Digimon has grown and changed a lot. That's something you'll hear me say later on in the video. So once you guys get to the deck lists, I say this again later on. If you have any questions, anything, go ahead and let me know in the comment section below. I'm very willing to talk about them. But do be aware that a lot of these decks are like the newest set when this video was first started recording, or it was BT14, the newest set at the time. So keep that in mind. It is kind of an outdated for a lot of these decks. A lot of the decks have been updated. And if you would like me to post those updated deck lists, I'll more than willingly do so. For our decks, starting off the lineup, well, you guys already know Dark Knightmon, so let's go ahead and get him out of here. Then let's go ahead and go off with Yule Force Digimon. This is a blue deck, very much on that trying to OTK, trying to unsuspend your Digimon in order to keep swinging as many times as you possibly can. Then we head on over to yellow. This deck is very much an excuse for two things. One, I am a huge Digimon fan, and I would like to have a deck of every Royal Knight. So this yellow deck was an excuse to put Kentarosmon, Dynasmon, and Lord Knightmon, the main boss of the deck, all in one deck that kind of works well. They kind of work well with each other, not really, but kind of. It's not really the greatest deck, but it's also an excuse to put Maycrackmon, and I needed to have her in the deck. That's it. That's my only excuse. Like, there's a hidden Maycrackmon in pretty much every single one of my videos. If you find her, you find her. If you don't, oh well. That's it for that deck. It's really just an excuse to have these two things. Belzamon, I feel like I don't need to explain Belzamon. It's Belzamon. Like, a lot of people really like Belzamon. He's a very popular Digimon. Like, I'm pretty sure just recently at Digicon 2024, I think. The most recent one just passed in between this recording, pretty much. I think it happened in February, maybe March. Fuck, just focus. He was like in the top 10. So Belzamon, he's a purple deck. Boom, next one. It's my hybrid deck. I decided to go with green hybrid, which is JP and the Beetlemon line. There's also the Ancient Troymon line, and They're all really good. I have a lot of fun with this deck. One of those decks that really needs to be upgraded. I need to give it some touches. And thanks to a new support announced, well, it's not really support for a green hybrid, so that makes me kind of sad. Next up is Gamamon, everyone's favorite new Digimon from Digimon Ghost Game. The deck is very much a multicolored deck with the main bases being red, but it does run blue, green, purple. It's a really fun deck, and I'm not going to say much because I was about to spoil parts. Well, spoils. Yeah, shut up. Moving on to the next deck. It's Mirage Galgamon with Seed Garurumon. This deck was originally just meant to be a Seed Garurumon deck, but I thought it would be best to put a Mirage Galgamon core into the deck, and well, the Mirage Galgamon core is actually the good thing of the deck. I now want to get rid of the Seed Garurumon stuff and make it just a pure Galmon deck. Oh well. Finally back on the Royal Knights, we got Gallenmon. It is a red deck. It focuses a lot on deletion, which is actually something I don't think I mentioned. Red does focus a lot on deleting stuff on your opponent's side of the field. So it works really well for that. Then there's Machinemon, one of my favorite decks. It's a black deck mostly, runs a couple of other colors, but they're all dual colored. Well, runs a couple of red cards, but any other like color that's in there, it is a dual colored. It's a very versatile deck, and the version you guys see in this video is a bit weaker than what I run, than what I'm used to running. I was trying out a new deck. I mentioned this earlier. I'm not going to waste more time on that. Moving on, it is D Brigade. It is another black deck. This one's a creature swap deck. I know, I think I mentioned that green was the creature swarm color, but black does that really well with Commandermon, with D Brigade and Digipolice. Next up is Armor Rush. It's just an old Armor Rush. It has the old Megamon X antibody. It's fun deck. You just bring out Beamons and give them armor and have them swing into your opponent. Pretty much it. Next up is Greymon. This is a red deck. This is literally a red deck that says, I'm gonna get big, I'm gonna get strong, I'm gonna hit you, break all your security in one turn, Digivolve into a Megamon on that same turn, kill you with Unsuspend and Blitz. Those are all the decks. I think there's nothing left to say except that please subscribe, comment, like, share around. I worked really hard on this video, and this video is how stubborn I can be, because I could have just thrown this video out the garbage whenever the inconveniences started, and they just didn't stop coming. But hey, we made it. If you're watching it, we made it. It's all Gucci. I'll see you guys at the end of the video. Game 1 starts off pretty well for U-Force Veedramon, being able to build a stack and breeding, the safest place that you can build a stack, with the only downside being that you don't get any of your effects. Then, with the use of jamming to welt down yellow security, plus a combo with its inherited effects, lets U-Force Veedramon draw a couple of cards to get a tamer to its hand, digivolving into U-Force Veedramon, allowing U-Force to match yellow's TK with a Davis of its own, plus allowing it to bounce back a level 4 or lower Digimon. And, despite getting Wyvern's Breath, Yellow didn't have anything else, and with so much memory, U-Force just built another stack with U-Force Veedramon 0 and cleared the security, in the process letting Yellow surrender and pass on to both decks start off whiffing their searches, and later on, U-Force continues to suffer by not getting any good reveals with its Tamer Arena. Then, trashing some useful tamers using Veedramon Zero's effect. With that, Yellow quickly capitalizes and gets to Lord Nightmon. This allows Yellow to start using its main win con. Like I said, this deck isn't meant for true play, just makes me happy having a place to play the Maycrackmon line. Regardless of that, Lord Nightmon attacks into the suspended Arrow Veedramon, killing it, but using its effect to bring out a Digimon with the Night trait aura or level 3 yellow. In this instance, the level 5 Nightmon. Now, U-Force being in a tight spot, can only really use Veemon to warp Digivolve into U-Force Veedramon. Now, Yellow honestly kept up the advantage until U-Force ran out of fuel. Going into... This game was honestly pretty harsh, as both decks struggled to get their key pieces together. But in the end, Yellow outsped U-Force, and due to a pretty sad misplay, I'm gonna go ahead and play Tai Kamiya from V-Tamers.
I should have done that play.
Tai's effect, if I have a Digimon with Digimon in its name, I can suspend him and activate one of the following effects. I will choose to activate Draw 1. You know what? Fair enough. Oh.
Yeah, you played yourself. Damn.
Wow. 12 for 3 into U-Force Digimon. U-Force is out of the tournament, and Lord Nightmon ends up moving on to round 2. Next up... Hybrid starts things off playing a Pokemon in order to search for some Ancient Warrior/Hybrid cards alongside the main tamer of the deck, JP. Well, Impmon goes with the simpler play of just playing a tamer, but part of the main combo of the deck, Ian Mako. Things keep going a bit slow with Hybrid, building a field and passing turn. Impmon proceeding to evolve Balmon into Beelzemon, using its effect to elite one Pokemon and trashing cards from its deck, plus activating Blast Mode's effect of being trashed to elite the other Pokemon. Then declaring both Ian Mako's effects to trash cards and Digivolve the Beelzemon into Blast Mode from the trash. There was a bit of a misplay here as Bell's EX2 activated all its inherited effects, but did not activate its own effect to delete a Bakumon. That one's on me, but to save my ass, it totally wasn't a misplay. I just didn't want to kill the Makomon that was in the Bakumon art. Yeah, that's what it was. The game continues a bit slow. Hybrid manages to get this Metal Kabuterimon into Rhino Kabuterimon. Well, Impmon just continues to trash while slowly building a second stack. Rhino Kabuterimon attacks and Digivolves using its effect into Ancient Troymon. The rest of the game is honestly really sad. This is a deck that I had given up before finishing, as I wasn't able to play it at full power. But I really screwed up here and misplayed my heart out. Game 2, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna let these last turns play out, because even though I played better this game, Gem outsped me and took game 2. We should have gone to game 3 at least, but it is what it is. I only gained 1, but I also gained security +1. Oh, and I trashed the top. I trashed the top 2 as well. Oh shit.
Oh shit.
When EX3 Beelzemon is trashed, I get to play a Impmon from my trash without paying costs. And do I get to play their on-play? Yes, I do. But their on-play isn't really that great. Well, it doesn't have an on-play, actually. It's one attacking. Alright, so the attack goes through. Okay. I am so glad I'm at 14. I gained all this memory. I guess
You only have 2 cards in hand. Damn. Wow.
That's actually kind of fucking funny. I'm gonna... Since I have 10 or more cards in trash, I'm gonna warp Digivol Impmon into Beelzemon for a cost of 4. When Digivolving... Oh wait, drop. When Digivolving, delete one opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. I'll delete the smart play would be Pokemon. But the thing is, you don't have any tamers in play. What was the fucking inherited that this bitch gives you?
Cool.
Draw. I'll delete the stack, actually.
Sure. Dude, what are you throwing?
I'm not throwing, dude.
Okay.
The only thing I'm throwing is fucking hands, dude. I swing into your security with Imbon. I guess I am throwing, huh?
Nah.
Well, if only this dude had Rush. The lowest I can leave you at is literally just letting you pass.
Wow. All right. Perfect.
Ah, shit. We're in a big...
Damn it! I didn't get him. I'm sad.
Were you hoping for a tamer?
I was hoping for my boy, JP.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
So the one with hybrid T.
Fuck.
Damn, that fucking works. All right. Oh wait, I think I got this.
Fuck.
2.
Fuck. I need a Digimon with retaliation. Come on, Digimon. You can upset. You can upset.
And then that was for 2. For 1 card. Game 2. Swing.
Oh, wait.
No.
Can Metal Commentariumon attack since you just played the Tamer?
It was on. I think it can.
Shit, yeah, I think I have seen this ruling before. I think it can.
That is not correct. Because according to the encyclopedia...
I am really sorry about it, and I'll play Belzamon the locals before this video comes out to see how it does, and I'll make sure to post the results. I'll actually post them right here. Blah. I wonder what they could be. I'm not seeing them. How about you guys? Anyway, with that, Beetlemon ends up actually moving on to round 2 with our first 2-0 of the tournament. Gamamon honestly starts off pretty badly, not being able to get to any of the different level 4s, but being able to warp Digiball Gamamon to Cannon Wisemon helps out, and with a card like Hero and Break Claw, which lets the deck draw a card, and getting Siriusmon out pretty early was pretty great. Gamamon ends up taking the game with Proximamon, and you might have noticed that I didn't mention Seed. That's cause Seed ended up bricking and ended up only playing level 4s and playing 2 heavy cost option cards. Game 2, funnily, Seed actually plays the game for a bit. Well, Gamamon gets to show off its cool mechanic of Cannon Wisemon, and honestly just play the clip.
You should swing, dude.
I should play Breaklaw. Breaklaw lets me go ahead and place a Gamamon under my Betel Gamamon, and then I draw and gain 2000 DP. Oh,
monster.
Oh, this is fucking awesome, actually. So you see how this Betel Gamamon has Wind Digivolving Blitz?
Yeah.
That applies to
wow.
Cannon Wisemon, who I dead-ass top decked out of that Breaklaw.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna declare the swing with 10k into your security and delete Starubimon. What other effects do I have going on here? Fuck off.
Well, I can't activate it.
Well, why not?
Oh no.
Yeah,
no, yeah, I can.
Security activates. I do get my draw, but shit, that's it. Damn. So that returns it to hand, or what was it?
The bottom of the deck, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's bad. Bottom of owner's deck. Okay, we We can't rebuild right now. Oh no.
Yippee!
And gets destroyed for it. Seriously, there was one play that could have changed the outcome of this game, but without deck knowledge, there was no way to know if grabbing Proximamon or Gamamon was the right play. Seed's security checks mostly went unpunished, making the game real short with just a simple plain old rookie rushing. For Seed, this was a great game, since it was playing the side of the deck that was good, the Mirage Galgamon aspect of the deck. Drawing a bunch of cards, bouncing cards to hand, getting both of its tamers, everything was going Mirage Galgamon. On the other side, Gamamon was just struggling to get a level 5, even with all the help that Galmon was giving by letting both players draw cards. It wouldn't be till a misplay that lets Hero pop off, and, well, just watch this. Start of main.
Yeah?
Place this Gamamon under this, using this Hero's effect.
Jeez,
I gain 1. Draw 1.
Let's see how it goes.
God fucking... And then I use this Gamamon.
Oh my god, bro.
Gain 1. And...
Just fucking hard play him already.
Here we go. Let's play the game now. I Digimon for 3 into Canon Wisemon. Draw for Canon Wisemon. Ooh, I'm gonna play fucking BTA Gamamon real quick. Give me a second. Holy shit. So I'm gonna declare to swing into security with Canon Wisemon. I'm gonna tap Hero to give him 2,000. I'm gonna tap the other hero to give him 2,000, putting him at 16. His effects, when a Digimon is suspended, he gains plus 2,000, putting him at 18. And if he's over 12, he gains security plus 1. So I'm swinging with 18 with 2 security checks.
Okie dokie.
Shut the fuck up. No fucking way.
Or do you get the low 5 back? Yes, Sergio. I can't keep getting away with it.
I have 12 cards in security. I mean, in hand.
Yes, sir.
You're at 2, is what I'm trying to tell you.
God.
That's right, my dumbass can't fucking read. The security effect for Full Moon Meteor Impact was to just return a card to hand. But no worries, since even if Gamamon's turn didn't end there, it wouldn't have mattered. Thanks to Thomas Norden, and once again, Mirage's checks going unpunished, Mirage cleared through all 3 security cards by swinging with Mac Galgamon, unsuspending, swinging with Mac Galgamon, swing with Galgamon, and finally using Lanamon to Digivolve on top of Thomas in order to kick Gamamon out of this tournament, moving on to round 2. Both of these decks brought some new stuff onto the table, starting off pretty simple. Galen goes first, bringing in 2 level 3s, and Dark Knight simply hard plays a level 3 and passes over to Gallant. Where Gallant promotes a Guillaumon and shows off X Evolution by digivolving into the same level for free or for a cheaper price, usually 1 cost. The highest I've seen has been a 4 cost, but you'll see why. And uses the effect to elite the Monitamon that was hard played. And ends turn by playing a memory setting tamer. Dark Knight starts at 1 and shows off Cross. I'll actually let Past Me do the explaining, as I feel like I did a solid job.
That was a good job, me. Oh, looking sexy, me. Thanks, me.
Yes, I just got that. I just got everything I needed. Wow. How different decks and different playstyles work. In this segment of the video, we'll be introducing what is considered Digicross, one of Aaron's favorite mechanics.
How does that work again?
I'm gonna go ahead and cross Skull Knightmon and Deadly Axemon into Dark Knightmon. This lets me bring out my Dark Knightmon as an on-play, but since I use both of the Digicross materials, this reduces for each material as the number it says there. Since it says Digicross -2, Skull Knightmon and Deadly Axemon reduce my cost by 4. So I will leave you at 3, then my on-play will activate where I will de-Digivolve 1 on your Guilmon X antibody.
Okay.
Actually, I take that back, he is still a level 3.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
What are you eating, bro?
Because I was just making sure that I could, or if I couldn't. But since I did Digicross with 2 cards, delete one of my opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 5 or less. So I wanted to delete both of them, but shame. I'll get rid of the X since it has a stack. Gallet sets himself up pretty well with its tamer that gives Blitz to his stack when evolving, and a level 5 that trashes the top 3 cards of both players' decks, choosing to not swing, passing over to Dark Knight. Dark Knight manages to check for 2 and manages to get deleted by a Gaia Force that was in security. But this lets Dark Knightmon activate his on deletion, letting him play Deadly Axemon and returning Skull Knightmon to hand. Cross again using the same materials, this time going into a different Dark Knightmon, EX4, becoming a blocker, and de-Digivolving 1 on Black War Growlmon, passing on over to Gallant. Sadly, here is where Gallant slows down, not being able to draw/evolve into another level 5, passing to Dark Knight, who does 2 more security checks and X Digivolves to the most expensive X evolution out there, a cost 4 Dark Knightmon X Antibody, allowing him to return a purple or black card from the trash to hand, but as X Antibodies usually do, if you have the original Digimon under it or the card X Antibody in stack, a secondary effect usually goes off. For Dark Knight X Antibody, this allows it to delete a tamer and unsuspend. The rest of this game goes pretty much the same, with Gallimon not being able to get a level 5 and Dark Knight taking it in a couple of turns. Game 2 goes a bit differently, Gallimon building a stack and breeding and setting up with Kalumon, while Dark Knight just searches and sets up its tamer, Nene Amano. Gallon starts showing off what it's made of by going into Gallimon not getting a chance to show off Raid, but starts deleting the smaller stuff on Dark Knightmon's field. And after a de-Digivolution thanks to Dark Knightmon, he manages to go into Medieval Gallimon in order to swing into Chikurimon, and uses its effect powered up with Guilmon X's and Gigimon inherited effects, deleting Dark Knight, wiping its field to activate War Growlmon's inherited to gain 2 memory at the end of its turn. Dark Knight makes a return by activating the Immortal Ruler option card, and well, I'ma just let the explanation play, plus the thought on the card.
Should game 1.
Oh, damn, how did he know? Bastards never in security. Okay.
Okay, man, listen. There's only 5 cards in security, right?
I mean, yes.
Like, what are the odds?
Fuck you. Then if you... Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and pay 0 to activate the Immortal Ruler. And unlike Uni, I know how to read my cards. Well, I have a Nene Amano in play, I may use this card without meeting its color requirements. So I trash the top 3 cards of the deck. Then I can play a Dark Knightmon from my trash for its play cost. I was really hoping to get the other Dark Knightmon, but sure, this one will do the trick as well. And I can actually go ahead and play this as Digicross as well, and if I decide to do so, I can use the effects from my security. So I will grab the security +1, and I will grab the all turns plus 1,000. I really, the only thing that would make that card a lot better is if, you know, it was for without his cost, or like reducing the play cost by 4, meaning that if you cross him, he is free. I get that it's a bit too much to ask for from a cost 0 card, but it's a double requirement color. You need the tamer if you want to play without meeting the color requirements. It could have been a cost 1, and that effect wouldn't be that insane.
I forgot you need both colors for options, yeah.
Exactly. So, like, this card could have been a cost 1 with a way better effect, but whatever. So, there's pretty much a repeat of the previous turn, but this time Gallant actually checked security, and legitimately, Gallant just kind of treated Dark Knightmon like Yuji treated Mahito in that one episode. So, yeah, Gallantmon took game 2. This was a slugfest. Like, Dark Knightmon started off super strong, and I thought it was going to be an easy sweep watching back the footage. But then Gallantmon starts bringing it back, and I legit thought it would be the winner. And I already knew who the winner would be. I played in this match. Turning into a match of who would run out of gas first, and sadly for the fan favorite Gallantmon, its fuel tank was smaller than Dark Knightmon's, as it's one of those decks that is missing a couple of cards, as seen in the deck list, using heroes to replace some Taketos. And with that, Dark Knightmon actually ends up moving on to round 2. Those were some pretty great matches to watch back in round 1, and well, others were not that great. Look at you, Sinmon. We could have had the decks play at full power by scripting the matches and the games. Well, that not only being a pretty lame option, I doubt Gem would have had as much fun if it was all scripted. Plus, in TCGs, you'll always have brick hands. Even with the most consistent decks, sometimes you'll have starting hands that will slow the deck and just be, you know, slightly off, affecting the performance of the deck. It's just the way the game rolls, and you just gotta roll with it, even if it can be pretty frustrating. Moving on to round 2, well, we'll see the winners of round 1, but also the decks that were seeded higher and got buys for round 1. So to kick off round 2, we got our first match with the winner of round 1's first match. Game 1 starts off with Machinedramon going first, playing its Tamer and passing over to Yellow. Hatching a Digi-Egg, evolving to Salamon, and playing a Patamon, then Armor Digivolving Patamon to Pegasusmon. Machinedramon really ends up struggling to find its legs in this game, having to hard play a level 4 blocker to pass turn. Back to Yellow, promoting Salamon and swinging into security, triggering an option card that deletes Pegasusmon. But thanks to Armor Purge, this prevents the deletion, leaving Patamon behind. And playing TK, passing turn, leaving Machine at 1. Skipping a couple of rotations, we jump back into Yellow's turn, now with 4 bodies in field, staring down 2 Garderoimons, as Machinedramon was unable to draw into his main cards. After 3 swings, Yellow ends by Digivolving to Maycrackmon, leaving security 2-5 in favor of Yellow. If Yellow were to take even 1 game off Machinedramon, it would be a pretty huge upset, as Yellow is one of the lowest seeds, while Machinedramon is one of the highest seeds. Finally though, our Machinedramon player lost his mind as the kill starts playing, and he is forced to trash 2 cards in order to go from 3 memory to 5 memory, and drawing 2 additional cards. Nextly, losing one of the Garderoimons by Digivolving it into Metal Tyrannomon, using its when Digivolving effect to suspend Maycrackmon, and declaring Swing into her. This lets Machine activate Garderoimon's inherited, dubbed Cog of Greed. Context soon. This lets him trash 1 Cyborg or Machine to draw 2 cards. Maycrackmon is deleted, finally evolving his level 2 Dorimon into Dorumon. And then going to the next step, Digivolving into Numemon for a cost of 1. Finally playing the real Cog of Greed, Agurumon, using its on play to trash a Machine/Cyborg to draw 2 cards. The next couple of turns are both a bit of a stall, with Yellow healing a bit while Machinedramon just tries to set up blockers in order to stall enough to get his win con. Fast forwarding once again, board state is now a level 5 stack and a baby in breeding with TK on board. For Machine, 3 analogs, 1 Garderoimon, and security 2-3 favor Yellow. Now Machinedramon finally draws his win con, hard playing the EX1 Machinedramon, leaving Yellow at 10. But here's where we see the fun part of this deck. Machinedramon allows itself to grab 5 red or black level 5 cyborgs in order to gain a memory for each. and gaining some nifty inheriteds. Now do or die for Yellow, evolving the level 5 Nightmon into Kentaurusmon and trying to stall by giving security -2 to everything on Machine's field. Machine left that one memory, uses it to Digivolve Machinedramon into Chaosdramon, adding 3 more level 5 cyborgs to the stack, allowing Machine to de-Digivolve 3 on Kentaurusmon, making it a level 3 Bushiagumon. Machine next declares an attack with Chaosdramon into the newly de-Digivolved Bushiagu, being allowed to swing to an unsuspended Digimon thanks to Metal Greymon, activating the when attacking inherited of Metal Mamimon to delete the other Bushiagu. Next, the battle ends using Metal Tyrannomon's inherited to trash the top card of the security. Then, using Metal Greymon to pierce and deal 1 check to security. Luckily for Yellow, due to the -2, his security is now at 1 instead of 0. Yellow attempts to heal a bit, but it's too little too late as Machine evolves in A and breaks Yellow's security, ending his turn X Digivolving into Chaosdramon X Antibody, activating the regular Chaosdramons when Digivolving, as Chaos X gets all of Chaos and Machinedramon's effects, adding 2 more level 5s to the stack of now 10 cards. With nothing left to do, Yellow passes by playing Maycrackmon, and Machine takes game 1. Sorry for that long-winded explanation. Machinedramon needs some more explaining than the rest of the decks, as it has so many effects, but I went through most of it, so my next Machinedramon explanations should be quicker. Now on to game 2. Yellow starts off pretty quickly, hatching and evolving, next passing over to Machine with 3 memory by playing Kotomon and grabbing a Lord Nightmon and a Gladdymon to hand. Machine simply passes at 1 by playing Analog Man. Yellow deals an early security check with Patamon, but this backfires, giving Machine a free black memory boost. Machine just takes off, trashing black memory boost to go to 4 memory, playing Cog of Greed to draw 2, and next Digivolving his egg to Dorumon, passing over to Yellow at 2 by Digivolving both into Gardramon and Numemon. Skipping some turns, we find Yellow with a level 5 stack and 2 level 3s with a TK staring down a Machinedramon and Cog of Greed. Yellow starts off the turn by Digivolving into Lord Nightmon, going straight for the swing into security and playing a Bushiagumon for free. Analog Man stops the check by suspending to redirect the swing to Machinedramon, being at 13k thanks to Gigadramon. Afterwards, Bushi does Bushi things, swinging in with Rush, dying, and Patamon and Salamon follow fastly, as Yellow leaves the Machine security at 1 but loses all his board, passing over to Machine, leaving him at 4 by playing Tai and Kari. Machine says, "Hey man, I like your play so much. I'm a swing with Machinedramon who survives this check, but sacrifices Dorumon and Cog of Greed in order to leave Yellow security at 2, and at 3 memory by playing 2 more copies of Analog Man." Yellow, now struggling, plays Kotomon to grab Dynasmon and Nightmon, and healing by playing Reinforcing Memory Boost. Now back to Machine. He turned his Machinedramon into Chaosdramon, following up with Chaosdramon X, and swinging to the unsuspended Kota with Piercing, checking him for 2, surviving a Wyvern's Breath thanks to a plus 3k DP. And taking notice of Yellow's insane memory gain, Machine plays Attack of the Heavy Boys. Attack of the Heavy Mobile Digimon, giving all his level 6 machines in hand Blitz and on-play Rush if the Digimon has a Digivolution source. Next, playing Machinedramon, adding 3 to the source to leave Yellow at 7 memory, but swinging to break Yellow security. Yellow manages to buy some time by using the whole 10 memory to do a massive play and get out Kentaurusmon, and healing 1, making sure Machine could end with Dorumon, who got Digivolved into Gardramon after he murdered Kentaurusmon with Chaos X. Now to the penultimate turn of this game. Yellow sends one final fuck you to Chaos X by using Wyvern's Breath, but Chaos X uses his all turns effect to trash the final security, leaving it open for Machinedramon to finish the game. Machinedramon 2-0ing Yellow, kicking out of this tournament and passing on over to the semifinals. Game 1, D-Brigade leading us off by hatching and digivolving into BT4 Commandramon, and then hard playing the same Commandramon to pass at 3. This is the main target the deck wants hitting Graveyard. However, it shows its lack of level 3s by playing a cheap Tamer, then suspending the Commandramon using Dino Memory Boost, in order to use the recently played Izzy and leave D-Brigade at 1. Here's where D Brigade shows its swarming ability, swinging with the first Commandramon into security and dying to activate its on deletion to reveal the top 3 cards of the deck and play Commandramon for free. In this case, playing and comboing with the BT-14 Commandramon, whose on-play triggers revealing the top 5 cards and adding a D Brigade or Digipolice to hand, adding Sealsdramon, next swinging with the second copy of Commandramon to trigger the on deletion again, but whiffing this time, ending the turn by playing Izzy. Hybrid does hybrid things by digivolving on Izzy into Metal Kabuterimon and swinging into security, and checking Ultimate Flare, giving us a pretty funny interaction where Hybrid just gets his Tamer back, which leads him to re-evolve that Izzy into Beetlemon, using its when digivolving to reveal, but ends up whiffing. Sadly, it happens. Simple turn for D Brigade, evolving Commandramon into Sealsdramon and swinging with jamming. Then evolving further into Cargodramon to get its when digivolving effect to reveal the top 3 cards of the deck and play a D Brigade or Digipolice with a play cost of 4 or less, playing Commandramon and triggering its on play once again to add Darkdramon to hand. Back to Hybrid, who pops their memory boost going to 4, then digivolving Beetlemon into Rhino Beetlemon for a cost of 1, suspending to declare a swing into Cargodramon, activating its when attacking to further evolve into Ancient Troymon. Since it's still Hybrid's turn, it evolves its egg into Bakumon. It's now back to D Brigade after JP finally makes his appearance, digivolving Commandramon into High Commandramon and immediately swinging into security, playing around Ancient Troymon's effect by having a Digimon with blocker in the field alongside it, but mostly swinging to get its when attacking effect, sadly whiffing once again. Just let the clip play. And you know what, Aaron?
Oh shit, he's high.
I'm not afraid of your effect. I'll declare my swing with Commandramon, and declare with his when attacking. I get to reveal the top 3 cards of the deck, and I can play a D Brigade or Digipolice with a cost of 3 or less. We whiffed that pretty bad.
Yeah.
And we did not live that. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna
Spend
swing.
a bitch. I'm suspending him.
You can't.
Why?
Opponent Digimon without blocker.
Oh my fucking, he has block. Holy
Yes,
shit.
blocker.
Or he's fucking
Oh,
dead
wow.
regardless.
After that sick outplay with the Commandramon blocker, D Brigade ends turn by playing High Commandramon. Hybrid buys time by bringing up Bakumon evolving into Kabuterimon, and playing Mimi and Izzy. D Brigade attempts to go for game by swinging with High Commandramon, using his when attacking to play a Commandramon, which D Brigade chooses to not use the on play as his checkmate has been completed, forcing Hybrid to block with Kabuterimon and Ancient Troymon's effects to suspend Digimons. Without blockers, this leaves D Brigade open to hard play Darkdramon. This Darkdramon allows you to return 5 D Brigade cards to the top of the deck in any order, gaining back 10 memory, in essence giving you a play cost 3 level 6. That comes with Rush, allowing it to swing the turn it was played. Game 2 starts slowly, with Hybrid first just simply hatching and evolving into Bakumon, and straight into Kabuterimon blocker. D Brigade liked to play so much that they got themselves a blocker and then played the memory boost this deck stole from Dark Digimon. I mean, just look at this alt art. Anyway, Pride Memory Boost reveals the top 3 cards and plays a play cost 4 or lower, choosing High Commandramon. Hybrid does a high cost play going into Mega Kabuterimon and then passing a 5 memory by evolving into Ancient Troymon. Using all that memory wisely, D Brigade got 2 level 5s and 2 level 3s out, one being the blocker Commandramon, and the other being a decoy Commandramon. Ancient Troymon takes out Tankdramon and uses Mega Kabuterimon's inherited to trash the security, getting rid of Izzy and Joe. Playing Pokemon to pass turn, now some silly shit happened, where a check didn't go through, but both players being very tired, Hybrid took one security and D-Brigade lost a body. Darkdramon hits field, recycling a bit of D-Brigade from the trash to reduce the Digivolution cost by the amount of cards returned. The game slowed down a bit, but D-Brigade managed to bring out Chaosmon, who managed to attack into Ancient Troymon and hit through with Piercing. In what seemed to be the last turn of this game, where Hybrid would take it to Game 3, it left itself at 0 memory, but Digivolved both of its Izzies into Beetlemons, having 4 swings into 2 securities and 1 blocker. It would have been over for D-Brigade had it not been for its final security check.
Pokemon! I gained 2 memory.
Yeah. That's the power of Hybrid.
It's bullshit mode time. I swing!
Those 2, alright. Commandramon.
I know you just want to kill Pokemon, you bitch.
That's not true.
But I won't give you the pleasure.
What?
Oh my fucking god, shut up.
GG. Gain 1 memory.
That's fucking bullshit.
GG. Pokemon.
That is so much bullshit.
And with that, Chaosmon breaks security, lining Commandramon up to get the shot for a 2-0 victory on Hybrid. Moving on over to semifinals where it would face off Machinedramon. Seed starts off with breeding, hatching and evolving into Galmon, and hard playing the same Galmon to make both players draw 1 card. Greymon liked to play so much that they took it for themselves, but using Agumon. But as Agumon isn't a both players draw, it instead revealed the top 4 cards, but doesn't matter as it whiffed. But Agumon gets a second chance to shine as it X digivolves into Agumon X for a cost of 0, drawing a card and revealing another 3 cards to add a Greymon. Seed throws away one of its Galmons to deal a security check, but digivolves its other one into Galmon. And next into Mega Seadramon, passing over leaving Wargrey at 3, who then evolves an Agumon into a Greymon, gaining back 1 mem from the evolution effect, and then evolving the other Greymon into Metal Greymon. Seed swings with Mega Seadramon, activating that when attacking to play Galmon from under it, but it dies to the security check, and next evolves straight into Galgomon once again. Greymon pretty much skips its turn trying to search for its tamer. Seed then pops off this turn, returning the Agumon that was previously played to hand using a different Galgomon, gaining a memory as well in the process, then swinging twice, only losing 1 Galgomon. Nextly, playing Hammer Spark to go back to 3. During the first check, Agumon got played back to the field thanks to Dragon of Courage. Seed takes Galgomon to Mech Galgomon and ends its turn by passing over at 1 by using Ice Wall. Greymon being left in the pickle just passed back to 2 by digivolving a Greymon into another Metal Greymon. Seed sees an opening and declares a swing to security. Greymon decides to take a free evolution here and blast digivolves Metal Greymon into War Greymon Ace from hand for free. This honestly was all for naught as Greymon threw this game pretty hard with a couple of really bad misplays here and there, and not even checking security once. Wow. The early game wasn't much to talk to. Once again, Greymon struggles to get its main tamer out. Well, Seed mostly rookie rushes the shit out of Greymon, even giving Galmon jamming via Crabmon and unsuspending it after attacking to do 2 checks with jamming, thanks to Thomas Nordson. But thanks to a good play and decent memory, Greymon was able to get a blocker Greymon and a Greymon that gave it Taikamiya for free. And ending with a Metal Greymon. Sadly, that Metal Greymon didn't stay for long as Seed hit him with the good old Great Maelstrom. Yeah, no worries, I hated that play as well. I don't know why I did it. Could have just been 2 Greymons and passed, but no. Just a full-on War Greymon with no reason. Besides, I must come clean, I've let Gem pick every deck that he would play, except for this one. I asked him specifically for this deck, as this is my main deck and my favorite deck. But after watching this footage, I'm just kinda ticked off at myself. Anyway, I can finally explain how this deck can play as Seed leaves Greymon at 3 by bouncing War Greymon a hand with a Full Moon Eclipse Burst. With this, Greymon evolves into Metal Greymon X for a cost of 3, then mode changes into Altarius mode for 1, but interrupting the mode change with Nokia to reduce the cost by 1. Doing the mode change for free. Thanks to Altarius mode's effect, Greymon deletes Crabmon. Nextly, Metal Greymon goes into War Greymon. This War Greymon has a pseudo blitz, allowing it to swing even if memory has gone past your opponent's turn. It also gains raid for the turn. So, Greymon declares the swing to trigger security +1 and piercing thanks to having tie. Not just that, thanks to raid, it changes its target to Galmon to destroy and hit security, thanks to the aforementioned piercing. And thanks to every other effect, War Great swings with security +3. Seed built to a level 4 Galmon in breeding, and Greymon just getting an Agumon in breeding and another one to reveal the top 4, grabbing a Greymon and a tie. Seed returns that Agumon by digivolving into Mac Galgamon, but Greymon retaliates by digivolving Agumon to Greymon, playing tie, nextly evolving into Metal Greymon, passing over to Seed, which proceeds to swing into security, losing Mac Galgamon due to the check of security being a War Greymon, and starts setting up other level 3s. Greymon sets up an Agumon, but once again goes into War Greymon, and pretty much does the exact same play as in Game 2, swinging into Galmon and checking for security in one go. At this point, Seed sorta gave up and just swang with its level 3s to get its licks in. And onto the next turn, War Greymon breaks the final security check and digivolves into Omegamon. This Omegamon unsuspends on digivolving and had Blitz to finish off the game, taking Greymon on to the semifinals. Game 1 starts off very fast. By the second rotation of this duel, both fighters already at 3 security, Armor Rush checking with the jamming and sacking another Beamon before Armor evolving Beamon into Flamedramon, and Dark Knightmon, not wanting to stay behind, swings with both bodies, losing them but digicrossing into Skull Knightmon Mighty Axe mode to reveal 3 cards from the deck and add a Dark Knightmon to hand. Then after a quick ruling check, Dark Knightmon crossed once again with Might Axe mode on the field, losing its evolution sources and Deadly Axemon in hand, into Dark Knightmon in order to de-digivolve 1 and delete Beamon. Beamon sets up a Lightramon in breeding before passing over our 1 by playing a Beamon that would reveal 4 and add a 2-colored blue card, picking up Magnamon. Dark Knight plays a Nania Mono to set up Dark Knightmon as a blocker, but will that be enough to contend with armor? It was, as Dark Knightmon didn't block, hoping something in security would give him an out to the situation. But Lightramon swings, getting a good check and then digivolving the remaining Beamon into Magnamon, giving Armor a blocker of his own that matches Dark Knightmon. Dark Knightmon sends a Chikurimon to die for him and play the clip.
Swing.
I am gonna swing. Chikurimon, go in there.
You know what? I'll block it.
Wow.
Huh. Okay, before I do anything else, are you sure this is what you want to block?
Well, what if you digivolve and then you're over it, And then you delete my shit, so I might as well use the block while I still can.
Alright, fair enough. Either way, I'm running a gamble.
Alright.
Reveal top.
Let's go.
Wow.
We hate Chinkurimon in this house. Regardless of this, Dark Knightmon gambled a bit by swinging into security, with Dark Knightmon surviving the check, then X digivolving for 4 into Dark Knightmon X antibody. Now a quick miscount in memory, and Dark Knightmon X deletes its only source of blocker, Nene, to unsuspend itself and gain 2 memory due to Nene's effect. This sadly left Armor at 1, passing the turnover. Armor, now feeling confident that there's no blocker on Dark Knightmon's field, swings into security with Lydramon, checking a Nene Amano, giving Dark Knightmon X blocker once again. This doesn't exactly scare it, since Magnamon also swings, but gets blocked by Dark Knightmon. Armor Purge activates, saving the Vmon, and then digivolves Vmon into Submurimon. Dark Knightmon using Pride Memory Boost to get a second blocker, but it's too little too late, as firstly, the body that Dark Knightmon got out was not given blocker by Nene, and with 3 swings, Armor Rush finishes up Game 1. Game 2, Vmon sets up strong turn 1, putting a Vmon in breeding and then A-jamming Vmon out on field. Will Dark Knightmon hardplays Deadly Axe mode to trigger a discard and draw 2. Armor Rush checks security twice, losing 1 Vmon in the process, but replacing it with a second jamming Vmon. Dark Knightmon ends up doing a bad choice in playing another Deadly Axemon to try to find Dark Knightmon instead of swinging to the jamming Vmon, well, not exactly being a whiff, as it did add Skull Knightmon to hand, but it was not what it was digging for.
Oh no, bro.
As you can see, being left at 1 with Ice Wall is extremely bad, and well, there's a reason that card's limited. But with 1 security left against 5 and 1 memory under Ice Wall, this game and the match itself were over. Having Armor Rush move up over to semifinals where it would face off against War Greymon. Now we are in the final stretch. Here, pitting up the Creature Swarm / Rush deck of D Brigade against the Machine / Cyborg toolbox that is Machinedramon in one match, and on the other hand, pretty much pitting up Digimon Adventure vs Adventure 02 with Greymon vs Armor Rush. Now, how have your predictions been holding on? And I just want to say, some of these decks have changed radically since the tournament was recorded. Like, that new Magnamon in the Double Typhoon deck? Sheesh, love that card. And well, hopefully your favorite deck is still on in the tournament, and well, if not, I am sorry. Especially if it was Belzamon. I am sorry to all Belzamon lovers out there. I'm one of you guys. I'm sorry. I failed us all, especially at locals. To semifinals.
Hi there, it's NK Surge. So the video footage for Machinedramon versus D Brigade actually got corrupted. So after months and months of working on this, obviously I didn't want to scrap the whole video because in one match, even though it was one of the fucking best matches, man, I'm so disappointed. There's this really cool combo. I pretty much went full combo. I was the Machinedramon player, as that's one of my main decks. I did mention that. I went full combo, pretty much, and like obliterated Gem while he was playing D Brigade. And I'm just pretty sad about that because the full combo was really cool. But I did say that I was going to be showing off the deck lists, and well, I didn't. So I decided this would be the best place to place the deck list, since I forgot to put them at the beginning of the video, and well, I already edited the beginning of the video. I'm still editing some of the matches, but yeah, no, so as I've been talking, the deck list have been showing, and at the time of this recording, and the newest set was, I believe, BT14, which is why kind of the most updated deck, I guess you could say, would have been the War Greymon deck. But the game has changed so much and evolved since I started this video. Like for example, Armor Rush is a deck that I'm like genuinely debating if I want to continue playing, just because Magnamon X Antibody Gold Digisold mode. That's not in the actual card name, but that's the name of this version of Magnamon that just came out. He kind of makes the game super fucking boring. I dislike him a lot. Like we are in a arguably really healthy environment right now because so many decks can be played. But Magnamon X to me seems like it's a card that warrants a hit more than other cards that have been hit on the list. I'm not really gonna go into details on that unless you guys want to, and on any of the decks that you want me to, because some of these have not been updated. For example, Green Hybrid and Gallimon are pretty much still the same. I haven't really changed much with them. Meanwhile, Machinedramon is already back to the way I used to play it. At the time that this was recorded, I was testing out a new way to play the deck, and I wasn't a big fan of it. So it's already back to the way I used to play it, and arguably a better version for me. Everyone has their own tastes, and that's the cool thing about TCGs. You don't exactly just end up playing the same thing as someone else just because you're playing the same deck. Everyone has their own play styles, and everyone has what specific cards that they'd rather play than other players. You do have players that do copy exactly the same steps that like other players take, but it's like that in every game. But yeah, the only deck that I did update here is the Belzamon deck. That's why you may have seen that deck list appear twice, and that's because it's the one that I took to locals while editing the video. It's the one that went 04. So I thought I'd show it off. I believe Belzamon is going to get updated once again pretty soon, once the release of EX6 happens. But until then, that's the latest version of Belzamon. That's pretty much all I wanted to say. I didn't say who won for Machinedramon and D Brigade, I kind of implied it, but here you go, off to the next match.
This game was a very simple game, with the coolest play genuinely being BT1 Metal Greymon, swinging with security +3 and 11k DP. Greymon just kinda got everything it needed right off the get-go, with BT1 Tai making sure Greymon was always at 3, Nokia allowing it to reduce the Digivolution cost, and the BT12 Tai always giving one of your Greymon +1k in blocker. Not being able to keep up, War Greymon took game 1, and with such a strong showing, would this be the end for Armor Rush? The same thing happened this game, but this time in reverse. Armor Rush got almost everything it needed, as in the only thing it was missing was BT3 Davis. But seriously, even though Greymon sped rat into its level 6 War Greymon, it was not enough, and the moment the Holy Knight Magnamon came out into the field, it was the first step in victory of Armor Rush, as even more armor forms of Beamon came out to the field. Even though Greymon was setting up blockers, it did not matter, as all the Beamons on field switching armors was more than enough to bring this match into. I'ma just let you all enjoy this final game with this. It's short and sped up, but I think you're all enjoying it, and I'll see you guys over in Grand Finals. And hopefully the 2 decks that y'all guessed are the ones that made it there.
Who's going second? That's one for you.
Shut up.
Ooh. Alright, go for it.
Let's go, Greymon. Let's go. You can make it to the finals. That's what we like to see. I forgot you were even in this deck. Holy shit.
Is it a 1-0?
It's not a 1-0, no. I was looking at my deck the other day because I was trying to get my own cards. I'm gonna hard play a Agumon, Real Top 3, as Greymon, and Omegamon. Wop, 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 wop. Ooh, these are all really good fucking circuits. What do I want? Realistically, there's a chance I draw a tie on the next turn, so I will take that.
Yeah, you have like 8, right?
Yeah, yeah. He's my most common card, dude. And you know what? I'm gonna reveal again, because I'm gonna X Digimon.
Oh shit.
I'm thinking of adding more of the X Digimon. Evolution.
See that drop?
Again. Oh, thank you. It should have been that Greymon, which sucks. Okay. There we go. Wow!
That's why you gotta draw first, dude.
It would have been the same shit. What are you on about?
Nah, because now those 3 to the bottom.
You know what? Shut up. You go to 1.
That's fine. You can be a baby there. No way, no black tie in sight? Ooh, ooh!
No! He's gonna rookie rush me. He's gonna do what attack intended to do.
Digimon, swing.
Oh fuck!
No!
God damn it! I add this card in hand.
Perfect.
Well, one Beemon's alive. That's already a +1, isn't it? Shit. Well, that's...
No! You know what, bitch? Fuck you.
Yeah, I already took 2 hits.
I'm gonna like him.
No, don't that like one. Fuck. Okay, so black tie is coming out in this next draw.
Are you saying that black tie is the only thing you won that first game? Wow.
Ah, you bastard! If only I had one more memory.
So you actually have fucking black tie? I'm gonna cry.
No, if I had black tie, I would just play it, leave you at 1, and then give myself
Yeah,
a
you
blocker.
would, because you're a bitch.
Fuck you! I'm gonna leave you at 1, and I'm gonna get a blocker.
That's fine.
I don't want to do this.
Do it. Drink.
Well, might as well just block. Now that Beamon that's chill as fuck, he's not gonna live, dude.
That's fine. Oh shit! Ah! Demon got cut.
God damn it! That's for bigger shit!
Oh damn.
Alright, that Beamon.
No way, dude. Yoink.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Grab that Davis. What are you doing? Wait.
I don't want to.
But
I don't want to fucking grab him, okay?
Beamon's effect, dude.
You're gonna be a bitch about it.
Beamon's effect, dude.
Whatever, man. Also, you're at 2.
Yeah, okay. Good turn.
It's so funny that I hit your security 3 times and you only have 2 cards in trench.
Yeah, that is pretty funny. Alright. No, that's not the great effect I was expecting it to be. I'm gonna X Digimon with Metal Greymon! He gains +1 security, and since he has Metal Greymon, he gets +3,000. Greymon's inherited, he gains +2,000, so he is at 12. And Metal Greymon's inherited, security plus, so he is at security +2 for the turn.
Alright.
I don't get piercing since I don't have a team, or that's not the way to do them.
So you're at 10, right?
May attack. I'm fucking, so I'm at 11 +2,000. I'm at 13.
Shoo.
I don't have a tamer, that's the only issue.
So your security, dude, you may gain 1.
Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna swing into your security with 13 and security +2.
Fuck
Hey.
mommy. Fuck me.
Hey, that's pretty good.
One more check.
Hey!
I should have stayed quiet.
Wow, dude. Straight up. I mean, I could just die attacking your security. It's not the end of the world. Fair enough.
Oh, wait, shit. I thought he was a 5 cost.
Oh, let's go.
Oh, fuck me. It's Jover. We're gonna have to pilot Machine Dramon again. No!
Nuh-uh. God, alright. I need to close the game here, but that fucking blocker is a bitch.
What do you mean? He's just gonna kill one of your things.
I wish I had the other Magnum on.
Oh, the one that gets powerful.
On that on suspense on its own.
Ah, fair enough. But hey, you get a fucking free draw and you get to play Digimon if that dude dies.
Yeah, that is true. But that Beamon doesn't have Rush, which kind of lame.
That is kind of weird. Imagine how strong this deck was if you could get the Demon's Rush, man.
You're right. I should do that. God damn it. So you have one block.
Yes.
But if something swings, it's just gonna fucking die. And that's kind of lame.
Yeah.
He's at 5, right?
Yes.
Let's go.
No, fuck. Regardless of him being at 5, Lightramon suspends a level 4 or lower. And guess what?
You're right.
He's
So
level
you
4.
fucking won. Oh no, wait, this thing has to die. or I don't win.
Nokia!
Uh-oh.
Woo!
Oh no.
Proceed.
Swing.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Let's go. The wife who came in clutch.
I'm sorry.
Ah. By the way, did you draw for the Lightramon attack?
No.
You should go ahead and do that.
Alright, drop the evolution 2.
Well,
Shrink.
let me go. Let me end the recording and switch attacks. Jeez, Greymon, you did good. You can sleep, buddy. Game 1 was extremely fast. Both Armor Rush and Machine ended up bricking. The difference was that Machine ended up unbricking extremely fast and set up the Machine Digimon with the ability to delete play cost 5 and less Digimon, paired with the fact that it got 3 copies of Analog Man extremely fast, set it up to control the field really well. That, and the fact that Armor Rush was forced to hard play a couple of its armors, meaning Armor Purge would be offline, and lastly, by the time it got to its Vmons and Davis got on field, the security checks that it got were all just allowed to go through, as Machine could have just redirected them all into Machinermon. Seriously, this was totally a game and not just Armor Rush throwing Vmons at security. Well, Machine was struggling and stressing with the IKEA instructions to make Machine Dramon. Things started off this final game really fast for Armor Rush, and honestly, things were looking as bad for Machine Dramon as they were during Game 2, as it was mostly Vmon just going out on security checks with like one Magnamon. And with a huge difference in security, 1 to 5, it'd be hard to come back from that. But thanks to an early analog man and being able to set up Machine Dramon, well, I'll let you see how quick the tables turned in one turn.
Sure hope this bitch is at 4.
I'll promote Dori. And I'll activate Annie. Wah. And then Wah. And then that lets me Wah. And that's not the worst. Because I completely forgot how my deck worked for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And by 2 seconds, I meant for the entirety of your turn, because for some reason I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to do anything, but I can literally do this.
Yeah.
Swing into unsuspended. Delete a play cost 3. Delete a play cost 5. Let's go ahead and clear your field. I'm then gonna swing into your security with Dorumon. That's not good.
It's alright.
And as much as I hate leaving you with a lot of memory, go to 3.
Okie dokie.
Okay, the important part was that I got rid of the V-Mods.
Yep, that kinda fucked me over.
Equalizing the security, and just when it all seemed Jober for Armor Rush, the awakening of the Golden Knight, Magnamon X Antibody, who could redirect swings to itself, and a regular Magnamon with Blocker were out. With 0 security on Armor Rush and 1 security on Machine Dramon, this was looking like it was back on even field. And with the absolute power of the Digimantle of Miracles, Magnamon takes Game 3 for Armor Rush. But not just Game 3. With that game, Armor Rush took the whole tournament. Firstly, thanks to y'all for watching. I hope I managed to not just keep you entertained and give you a great video to watch, or even to have as background noise, but mostly, I hope I managed to pique your interest into the game. Digimon is something I've loved since I was young, and this card game genuinely did become my favorite TCG, so I'd love to see more people join the community. Also, huge thanks to Jem. As per usual, he was a great help setting this all up, and honestly, without him, like I said earlier, it would have all just been a bunch of solitary matches, and it would have all felt pretty off. I know the final couple of matches felt like they went on pretty fast, but at what point did I need to keep explaining the same plays over and over again? This has been my longest video. Not only as in like time-wise, obviously I have the compilation for the Smash Bros. Generations, Season 1, if you were there during the Dave the Diver stream, you know the draft. If you don't, then you can just wait for me to start working on that. But it's going to take a while, because I have a lot. If you haven't been on my channel at all, this is your first time being on my channel, so much has happened from the point where I started recording this video and the point right now where you are watching. We've done a lot, and I just want to say that I grew a lot during this video, skills wise. I don't want to take too much more of your time with these finishing words. I just want to say I'm really proud of myself. I'm really proud of how the video came out, despite everything that happened. Losing pretty much the introduction once it was fully edited. That's what took most of my time, editing that introduction, just because I just wanted to make it better. I just wanted to make it better. And well, it sucked that we lost it. Losing Machine Dramon versus D Brigade, that was pretty much also something devastating. But despite all that, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you next time
when we go exploring Indigo Park. If you were there for the stream, you were there for the stream. If you weren't, well, you just have to wait for the video. It's gonna be awesome. The video, it's already scripted. I already have the points that I want to keep edited. It's gonna come out much sooner. It'll probably come out in a month. In the words of Russian Badger, the best video that I can make in a certain amount of time. So for the Indigo Park one, I'm giving myself a month and a half. Let's give myself a bit of a leeway there. So I'll see you guys in a month and a half, or I'll see you if you guys join during the streams. I have been starting to stream a bit more, I want to say. It's still kind of no stream schedule, still very inconsistent, so go ahead and subscribe, and you'll never miss a stream. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'm gonna probably go sleep for 12 hours, because man, did this video take a lot of my sleep. Alright, laters everyone.